Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce orange juice and mint tea. So just now when I was saying orange juice, I said orange juice and mint tea, where I clearly articulated the j sound twice and the t sound twice. But in connected speech, in fluent running speech, we often link words together, and that sometimes changes how they sound when they're said fluently. So if I just say orange, I probably say the j sound at the end. But when I say orange juice, you can hear how this first j sound gets a little bit stopped and reduced. I do have to say it a little bit. If I just say orange juice, it's not going to sound correct. I can't just drop it, but I do link these two together. So let's talk about how we do that in these two phrases and in general for fluent speech. So when we have a j sound at the end, the j sound is what's called an affricate sound. You can see from the symbol that it has two positions. So it's one sound, but it's made by moving from the position of the d sound with the tongue behind the teeth and building up pressure, bursting out air, moving through the position of the j sound, which is a continuing sound with the tongue down and back behind the teeth, j and j and d. So when I say them together, j, j, it doesn't continue, but the sound is made as my tongue drops. The pressure that is released, it's pushed out, and it ends in kind of this j position or the sh position down low. So when I have to say two in a row, orange juice, I do let this one out a little bit. It's not fully stopped, orange, because I can't really make an unreleased j sound, but it does get a little bit devoiced. So it almost sounds kind of like orange juice. So it gets a little bit sounding more like a ch sound, which I spell with ch rather than a j sound. Basically, because I'm not really releasing it or holding it for a long time, pushing it out strongly like orange juice, it sounds a little bit partially unreleased and partially like it may come out more like sounding devoiced, like a ch sound, orange juice. And then I do a full j sound on the juice. The other sounds in these, in this phrase, we have the letters OR do say or in orange. Orange. We would maybe have a little bit of an sound here. I wrote it kind of with no vowel because we go very quickly to that n after the orange. So there is a little bit of an I or an sound in there. And then the letters UI just say oo in juice, orange juice. So I've rewritten that here for you with letters OO. And letters CE say the S sound. All right, so once you can say orange juice smoothly, you can always say orange juice with a break. But if you have that ability to do that slightly less released first J, it's going to go more smoothly in your speech. Do also try practicing it in some phrases. A glass of orange juice. I like to drink orange juice. Do you have any orange juice? Same thing happens here in mint tea, where we do the same thing as in we link them. But in mint tea, it's easier to do an unreleased T here. So again, I don't say mint tea with two t sounds. We typically don't release the T's at the ends of words that end with T in English. In many cases, we just use what's called an unreleased or unaspirated T. So I'll say mint, and the way you can hear it is that the n sound will be very short, and then there's no burst of air for the T. When I'm followed by another word with T, like I am in mint tea, then I'll just say, I'll stop the air for this T, and then I'll release it onto this T. Mint tea. I'd like some mint tea, please. So basically, we don't drop it off. That would, if I dropped it off, it would sound more like minty. And in that case, my N can be long and flow right into the T, minty. That has a minty taste. But mint tea, you can hear how there is a break and a stop here between the mint and the T, which is basically that unreleased T makes my N sound very short and I stop the air, versus in minty, something tastes minty, I can just take my N sound and let it continue until I get to the T. A minty, mint tea. So a little bit tricky and technical there. You can always say mint tea if you want to make sure that it's very clear what you're saying. But native speakers will use these linking patterns, these unreleased T's, when they have two words together with two T sounds. Also notice that in orange juice, we stress on orange and juice is unstressed. That's because this is a compound noun. We're not talking about a glass of juice that is orange in color. That would be an orange juice. In orange juice, we're talking about the substance orange juice. So orange counts as a noun here, and this is a compound noun where we stress the first of two nouns. Versus if I was talking about an orange sunset, an orange glass, an orange colored juice, then I would stress on juice, which is the noun which gets the stress typically in this type of phrase. But in mint tea, we stress on tea. We give secondary stress on mint because it's important, but the main stress comes on the noun at the end. I'd like some mint tea. I'd like some orange juice. I'd like some mint tea. It's a minty tea. Okay, so lots going on here with a couple of simple phrases in terms of pronunciation, the accent patterns, how we link. I hope this was useful for you in understanding some of the differences you may hear in fluent speech on not only these words and phrases, but just generally when speaking English. If you have a phrase, a word, a question you'd like me to cover in our Word of the Day series or in our Linking and Reduced Sound series, feel free to leave that in the comments for this video or any of my videos, and I can cover it in future class. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video, and on Saturday we'll have our live question and answer class. I hope to see you there. If you need more practice for linking and fluent sounds, check out our videos for that on our playlist. We have some quick practice videos as well as teaching videos, and you can learn more about fluent speech and linking in our Real Talk course on speechmodification.com. That's a great resource for sounding more like a native speaker, understanding some of the details of what changes and what's different in spoken speech versus written English. It's our Real Talk course, and you can find it on our website, speechmodification.com. Thanks everyone, and I look forward to seeing you in our next class. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you again soon.